baby.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another college football video. We got championship week. I'm back here with Rhett. Rhett left the place.
Woo!
He got the bread. Got the potato bread. Let's go. He's ready. I'm ready. Let's get into it. So, before we get to championship week, a little bit of our record about last week. So, I think we both tied. No, wait.
You got me
finished,
by one.
Yeah, I got you by one. I finished 8-2. You finished 7-3. I have an overall of 79-51. You have an overall of 77-53. I'm up on you by 2. Cool.
Yep.
Now, a little bit about last week. Last week was rivalry week. And
You sound like me there.
I always sound like you. Oregon destroyed Oregon State. Texas destroyed Texas Tech. A lot of destroying here. Missouri destroyed Arkansas. Iowa, the lowest under in college football history. It hit again. Unstoppable.
Automatic, baby.
Oh,
Automatic.
USF to the bowl. They're going bowling. Go Bulls.
So proud of my boys.
The boys did good. The boys. Well, speaking of your boys, let's talk about your Knowles. They survived the swamp and the Gators with a backup
did.
quarterback to stay undefeated. Michigan beat. Was it 3 times in a row over Ohio State?
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan Day's in danger, isn't he?
No, he's fine.
I don't know, man. Those Ohio State, man. They only want to win one game.
Well, shit happens, and Michigan is the better team. What can you do?
Fact.
They've been building that team for a while, and they got a good team for about 2 years. They honestly, the 2021 matchup was close. Last year's matchup was a blowout, and this year's matchup, it felt like it was going to be a blowout early.
Oh yeah,
But it was close. It was close, but it felt weird. It felt like Michigan was going to run away with it for a bit.
Yeah. And then after that, you had Bama with the last second go-ahead touchdown. Milroe, was it fourth and goal on like the 30-yard line or something like that?
4th and 31.
4th and 31 and got it done. How about that, man?
Yes.
This is a big one for you because Louisville lost at home against Kentucky.
Yeah.
Big L.
I should have picked that last week. I should have picked them. Should have picked Kentucky.
But yeah, Louisville because you wanted
I made
the schedule.
Exactly. I wanted the strength of schedule, but Kentucky showed out to play. Louisville's defense unfortunately had the worst night of their lives, and they paid for it. Well, no. Second worst night. They lost to Pitt by 55.
Yep. Paid the cost.
So they had the second worst night of the season, and they paid the price.
Yep. All right. And with all that said, I think that covers the big games from last week.
Yeah, I covered some good games.
USF destroyed Charlotte.
Yeah, I want to give some love to my brother. UCF also won, so they're bowl eligible as well.
We're going bowling, boys, except for my Gators.
Charge on. The Gators, unfortunately, there's one spot open because I don't know if you saw the news, but there were four slots available, I believe. Bowl games, or 3. And they let James Madison and Jacksonville State in, even though they're exempt from bowl games. They let them in because of that. And then the last spot goes to the best 5 and 7 team based on computer metrics. And that team is, drum roll please, Minnesota.
Oh, is it really?
It's Minnesota, yep. We'll see if they accept it, but I think your Gators could be up there. Your Gators could be up there if Minnesota doesn't accept it.
Yeah, right.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, right. I lost hope. This season's over. It's miserable. There's no point.
Okay,
all right.
That's fair.
Just end the season right for the Gators. All right. Moving on.
Super
Championship week. We're going to move on to something positive for once. So, championship week 14. Let's go. First game. We got the
Woo!
Conference USA Championship. New Mexico State at Liberty. Liberty will be at home. Conference USA
Liberty Bibbity.
gives the best team the home advantage, so Liberty will be at home. They're ranked 25 in the rankings. And speaking of this game, the spread is set at 10.5, and I feel like that's a huge spread for this game. I feel like this is probably one of the closest championship games this week. And with that, Liberty has been putting up points with their offense since the season began. If you look at their last 5 games, they didn't have a game where they scored less than 40 points. They also, their strength is definitely running the ball. Their passing game is decent, but their strength definitely comes in running the ball. They're able to score a lot of points, and that's a good thing with Liberty. Their coach has done something special with them this season. I love what he did. You look at the New Mexico side, they lost 3 early on in the season, but since those 3 losses, they turned things around and had been looking very impressive this season. Even pulling off a win against an SEC school in Auburn. They destroyed them by 21 points. That's a huge win for them. And just looking at the 2 teams just now, if I look at their schedules, New Mexico State defense has been outperforming Liberty's defense, I would say, because the last 5 games, well, they did allow 29 from Western Kentucky, but still, that defense is pretty solid. They've been able to limit the amount of points the other team is able to put up. If you look at Liberty, they allow a lot of high-scoring games. In the 4 out of the last 5, the opponent scored at least 25 points. So that's what makes it tough. New Mexico State's run defense is going to be key here. They need to limit Liberty's run offense, but still, Liberty's at home. Everything points to Liberty. I got Liberty winning this game, but the spread is at 10.5, and if that's the case, I'll take New Mexico in the points there. I think New Mexico makes this closer than most people think. I think it's going to be a one-score game. But give me Liberty. I expect both these
Liberty
teams.
Bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity.
Do you have insurance with Liberty Mutual?
No.
No. Okay. That's disappointing since you said Liberty Bibbity about 10 times during that analysis.
Said it. I didn't.
No. You said it.
Okay.
Allow me to enlighten you guys. I'm bringing out the college football expert hat. It's on. You ready for this?
You gotta put the crown.
I have 3 bullet points.
Okay.
Liberty versus New Mexico State. It's at Liberty.
Yes.
Where is Liberty?
Virginia.
Beautiful. Love Virginia. It's fall. It's going to be cold. But New Mexico State, I believe they're north of New Mexico, so it does get cold there. Just something to think about, though.
Okay.
Liberty won the first matchup by double digits. Maybe that's where the spread comes from.
That's true. Good point.
It's hard to win 2 games in a row, and we have quite a few rematches in this slate of games. We'll get to the other ones, but it's really hard to win 2 in a row. Jamie Chatwell. He is the coach for Liberty.
Great coach.
He was hired from Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a losing season at the Chanticleers. He just accepted the job this past off season. Could he be making a move to Power 5 after 1 season?
I don't think so.
It's a tough one, man. He signed through 2030, which is a 7-year contract. But
investment.
He has made a name for himself as one of the best Group of 5 coaches out there. So just something to think about, man. There's a lot of Power 5 teams that have openings. Just think about it. And my last note, which is the most important, Liberty is a Christian university. They have Jesus on their side. Give me Liberty.
Touchdown, Jesus. Good points. I honestly forgot about that. Yeah. New Mexico and Liberty played early in the season. Liberty beat them by double digits. But I definitely think this is a new improved New Mexico team. So they'll definitely bring it. I won't be surprised if New Mexico upsets here. So keep a lookout for New Mexico. They're probably my favorite dog this week. All right. Moving on. The other Friday night game, huge one. Pac-12 championship game. We got the Oregon Ducks versus Washington Huskies. This game will be at Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. The spread is set at Oregon 9.5.
I know.
Even though Washington won the first game, that's crazy. But, the odds maker, they're saying something here. They're saying that the Washington Huskies has been disappointing the last few games. Michael Penix has not been playing like himself the last few games. If you look at the last 5, they only beat Stanford by 9. They only beat USC by 10. They only beat Utah by 7. They only beat Oregon State by 2. And they only beat Washington State by 3. Not very impressive wins on the resume there by Washington. So they definitely peaked early. But there's also a theory going around that Michael Penix might not be 100% right now, which makes sense.
True.
It's 12 games into the season already. So, of course, he might be banged up. That's normal. But if you look at the Oregon Ducks schedule, they beat Utah by 29. They beat Cal by 44. They beat USC by 9. They beat Arizona State by a ton. And they beat Oregon State. No, they beat Arizona State by a ton. They beat Oregon State also by a ton. 24 points. And if we're going by college football math, they beat Oregon State by 24 and Washington only beat them by 2. But that's not the reason I'm going to go with Oregon's been destroying opponents. They've been playing good ball. They arguably could have won the first matchup. I got Oregon on the road, or I got Oregon here at the Pac-12 championship game. Their defense stepping up. The most they've allowed was 27 points, and that's to a Heisman winner in Caleb Williams, so no fault there. That's probably one of their lowest scoring games in the season for USC. So Oregon's defense has been stepping up. The offense, Bo Nix, limiting turnovers, uncharacteristic if you look from his past season. Only has 2 interceptions on season. Great things are going on in Oregon. Whoever wins this, great implications. Whoever wins this game is going to college football playoffs. So I got Oregon, but I might take Washington the points here. That's a lot of points. But give me Oregon to win this game.
Love it. Without cheating, who gave Oregon their toughest win?
Their toughest win in the last 5 or throughout the whole season?
Throughout the whole season. Don't look. Don't be a cheater now.
I want to say USC. But it's probably not USC.
It was Texas Tech. Texas Tech was 38-3 or 38-30. You know who just blew out Texas Tech by 50?
Who?
Texas. Just something to think about.
College
just something
football
to think about for the playoffs.
He used college football math.
About for the playoffs. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you did.
If Oregon does win this game, Texas wins, and there's chaos ahead, I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
It's not a lock. Oregon is not a lock to make the playoff, even if they win this game. They're not.
That's true.
Trust me.
There's a lot of things that can go with the playoffs. You're right. And
I digress. I think Texas is the better team right now in terms of how they're playing. I think they're both trending upwards. I would love to see this matchup, but we're not going to get it, unfortunately, unless they both lose and it's a New Year's Six Bowl. But I would love to see Oregon versus Texas. I'm just shooting my shot there to the gods, hoping that can happen. But here we go. Neutral site at the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium.
Black hole.
It is not artificial turf, so we will see how that We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there because we've had a lot of injuries this year. This is the battle of the Heismans, battle of the two best Pac-12 teams. Whoever wins this game, their quarterback is going to win the Heisman. My football brain is telling me to pick Oregon because they are the better team, to be frank. But 3 out of the 4 teams that I picked for the playoff are still alive, so I have to go with all 3 of them. Give me Washington.
All right, good pick. That's a good pick. You can't go wrong picking Washington, for sure. They're undefeated. Michael Penix is there.
I'm not happy about it, though.
Interesting point you made about the Heisman. Watch out for Jaden Daniels. He's making it tough not to pick him to win the Heisman.
They're just stat padding, man. They're just stat padding. They have nothing else to go for this year.
That's true. I also keep an eye
I like
on
Jaden
Bo Nix.
Daniels.
I like Bo Nix too. I like his odds.
I like Jaden Daniels a lot, man. But I think they've been stat padding him since they lost to Bama.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks, it's just been Jaden Daniels. It's just been a show. 6 touchdowns each game, 350 yards. And if you look at it, they're pretty much feeding him the ball. He's throwing the ball. He's throwing the ball 50 times each game, it feels like.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think
Still
the winner of this game, the QB wins the Heisman.
Okay. I can see that happening. Another interesting point you said was the playoffs. Yeah, one interesting factor there is going to be FSU. We see how they value FSU with the backup quarterback now. So we'll see. We'll get to that later in the video.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. We got the Big 12 Dr. Pepper Championship game. You got Oklahoma State I keep saying at Texas, man. This is going to ruin me. Oklahoma State versus Texas. This
Fine,
game.
you're casual. Don't worry about it.
It's going to be in Arlington, Texas. It's basically a home game. All right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, these two teams, Texas, they're on the hunt for the playoffs. They're trying to make the playoffs. The last week, they beat Texas Tech by 50 points, like you mentioned earlier. They've been having impressive wins. Some wins are closer than others. They got a close one against TCU. Not very impressive. Kansas State, another close one, had to win in overtime. Also not a very impressive win. But Quinn Ewers is back. Texas had to deal with some injuries. Still dealing with some injuries. With Quinn Ewers back, they're trying to find their groove again, and they might have found it with the Texas Tech win. But unfortunately, Brooks tore his ACL. They're running back. He's out for the season. He's gone. He was a big piece of that offense. They're going to have to rely on their depth now. I like the receiving core for Texas. Can Quinn Ewers stay consistent? We'll see. Coming back from that injury, we'll see. Oklahoma State, look at their last 5 games. They beat Cincinnati. Huge win over Oklahoma. Lost to UCF. Got blown out by UCF. Shout out to your brother.
Yep.
Beat Houston and survived BYU in double overtime. So, not very impressive wins. Not impressive games the last 3 games. Huge one against Oklahoma. But, of course, Oklahoma State, they got that rivalry. They're going to turn up. So, the spread's at 11.5 for Texas. I like Texas here with the points as well. I think there's going to be a blowout. Texas is their last chance to show the committee what they're about, what they got. I think they're going to blow out this team by 21 points. So, give me Texas. I know Brooks is out. That's a huge loss for them. But they got depth. This is a big team. I like their offense. Their defense is still stepping up. So give me Texas. I think they win big here.
Yeah, I like everything you said. They have Texas, even though they lost Brooks, they have C.J. Baxter, true freshman.
Yeah.
He's been performing phenomenally. I think he was trending upwards anyways to be the main workhorse in that running back group anyways. So, Brooks, it's a tough loss, but I don't think they're hurt too bad by it. They also have Jaden Blue. He was registered as the 4th-string running back going into this year, but he, I believe, has been getting more touches than Kalen Robinson from the games that I've watched. Maybe I'm wrong, but with the triple B attack that they had, Brooks, Baxter, and Blue, Baxter and Blue are still there. They are phenomenal. College football math, I know you brought it up. Texas lost to Oklahoma. OSU beat Oklahoma. I don't care. Give me Texas.
There we go. All right. Moving on. We got the MAC championship. Some action going on here.
Woo!
This is also a battle for Ohio. Once again, I learned this from the last time they played. Remember, you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
This is Miami of Ohio, the real Miami, versus Toledo, the Rockets. This game is going to be in Detroit. Ugh. So,
Can I just stop you there?
teams here.
Can I stop you real quick?
Go.
I know
for
you
it.
so well. My first 2 points are Battle of Ohio and the real Miami ? Just saying.
Hey man, great minds think alike.
But go on.
So, both these teams played each other earlier in the season and ended up with Toledo winning 21-17. Close battle there. If you look at the spread, Toledo's favored by 8. Interesting take by Vegas, since the first game they played was closer than that. Miami, they got a pretty good defense. The last 5, the most they allowed was 17, and they even have a shutout against Akron. As for Toledo, their strength definitely comes in the offense. In the last 4 games, they didn't score below 31 points. So the key match is definitely going to be Miami's defense against Toledo's offense. And, of course, they got, what is it? Is that Blake Gabbert? Is that his name? What is his name?
I don't know. I should know it.
It's something Gabbert. It's a Gabbert. They got a Gabbert. So Gabbert is the quarterback, I believe.
Brett.
I don't know, man.
Brett Gabbert.
Brett Gabbert. Okay, so Brett Gabbert's the quarterback. He's been having a solid season, somewhat. It's not too crazy. Rushing attack, everything, all the offense that leads for Toledo. All defensive stats goes to Miami. So that's where the true matchup lies here. And, Toledo is 11-1, 8-0 in conference play. But give me Miami.
Whoa.
I like defenses, so I'm going to trust Miami's defense. I know they're underdogs by 8 points. That's huge. But the first matchup was close, and I think this one's going to have different results. You're going to have that bittersweet taste in their mouth and want to get one back on Toledo. So give me Miami, extra motivated Miami, who lost a close one against Toledo. So go Red Hawks.
Wow. Now, is Miami of Ohio the real you?
Or the real O?
Are they the real you? Come on. Make your claim.
They might be the real O.
Whoa. The real Ohio team.
Yeah, they're the real Miami team.
Dare I say the best Ohio team in the country?
Whoa. Stop. You're going to start beef with Kyle McCord again.
Oh, man.
You got some beef with him.
Kyle McCord, guess what? I hope you enjoy sitting on your satin couch while you watch the Michigan Wolverines play the University of Washington in the Rose Bowl. I hope you enjoy it. You might have a beautiful woman by your side feeding you grapes, but you're on the bench. Sorry, bud.
You're bench. You're done. You're done.
So, like you said, I should say, Battle of Ohio, the real Miami. I don't think they're the real Miami. The Miami Hurricanes will always reign supreme, and I hope they play each other next year. Both QBs in this game are dual threat. Not really, but I like it. I like to think Blaine Gabbert's brother is a dual threat track star. But I will say this: Toledo's quarterback is elite. I think his name is Flynn.
Oh,
Finn. I think he's a 3-year starter. Played very well last year. Last year was his breakout season. I do have this nugget. Just putting it out there. If Toledo wins convincingly and Tulane loses, who's more deserving of the spot? SMU or Toledo for the New Year's Six Bowl? I think you got to give it to Toledo.
What about Tulane?
I'm saying if Tulane loses.
Oh, if Tulane loses?
You would have to give it to
You
Toledo.
said SMU or Toledo if they both won?
Yeah.
It would have to be Toledo.
Now,
I think so.
if Tulane wins a close one, but Toledo destroys Miami, it's going to be a debate between
It'll
those
still
two.
be Tulane.
It probably would still be
No,
Tulane.
I think it'll be Tulane.
But I think I think they should talk about it a little bit. Just being honest. Get some new blood into the New Year's Six Bowl, potentially. It doesn't really matter. Whoever moves on to the New Year's Six Bowl, Group of 5 is going to play Missouri. It's a lock at this point. And that's not a real fun matchup anyway, so why not give it to the lesser deserving team, Toledo? I think they played well this year.
Make them play for it.
Yeah, exactly. I have Toledo winning this game Like I said, it's really hard to win these rematches, but coincidentally, I have pretty much most of them winning their rematches. Now, that's not really my fault. I can't pick against Washington because they're so close to my prediction. I have to go with them. I don't want to, but I have to. But I do believe Toledo is the better team. They are the Red Rockets at the end of the day, and they're going to prevail.
All right. Moving on. We got the Mountain West Championship. Fun one. Boise State versus UNLV.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised UNLV made it over San Jose State. Was that Computer Metrics that decided that one?
It was, yeah. It's a little sketchy, but Computer Metrics decided it.
All right. Well, I guess it makes sense since UNLV is 9-3 overall and San Jose is only 7-5.
Well, I was about to say the debate was between Boise and San Jose State, and Boise has the head-to-head anyways.
Really?
Yeah. So they claim
because they're also 6-2.
They claim Computer Metrics was the reason, but I think Boise State has the head-to-head, and I think there's another team in the mix too. Let me check real quick because it doesn't make sense for them to say Computer Metrics if there wasn't a three-way tie. There was a three-way tie. There was a three-way tie. So something happened, but UNLV is hosting, and Boise State beat out San Jose State because they have the head-to-head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, So was this game always going to be in Las Vegas, or is it in Las Vegas because UNLV kind of...
UNLV was given the top seed, so it is in Las Vegas, and their home stadium is the same as the Raiders' home stadium. It's one of those. They're one of the college teams who has a professional stadium, and that could play a factor, man. That field will already be tore up, not even 12 hours, or I think 16 hours before. So something to think about, man, with that field. It's not artificial turf. That's why I brought that up. I don't know what's going to happen with the turf, but it's going to be very interesting.
All right. So, okay, like we said, we got Boise State versus UNLV. UNLV is at home.
Mm-hmm.
UNLV is coming off a disappointing loss against San Jose, which makes it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Computer Metrics. And Boise State is coming in on a 3-game win streak. Both teams have impressive wins, and both teams have their losses. This is going to be a tough one. The odds set Boise State minus 2.5. Mm-hmm. This is a 50-50 matchup in my opinion. This will be a tough one, man. Ooh. I think I'm going to have to side with Boise State just because I think they have better wins than UNLV. So, give me Boise State for that reason. Hold on. I'll use if all else goes bad, college football math.
Nice.
They both play Wyoming. Boise State beat Wyoming by, 25? 25. UNLV beat Wyoming by 20. If that's the case, Boise State, it's in it. Boise State wins by 5.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay. How much money are you putting on that?
$2.
Okay. That's high stakes for you.
High stakes. I got nothing else to lose.
Okay, well, you nailed most of it. This is UNLV's first time hosting a conference championship game. It is their second...
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Round of applause. Good job. Great job, UNLV. Keep it up.
It is their second time in a conference championship game. The first time you had to go back all the way to 2003, I believe it was, when they lost to Colorado, or no. Who'd they lose to? It was Colorado State or Fresno State. One of those. But it doesn't matter. I was right about Boise State. That's what I wanted to say. Boise State, I said it back, and I want to say week 9 when they played Fresno. They lost that game, funny enough. But I did say Boise State was going to make their way to the conference championship game. I'm kind of shocked they're in it, if I'm being frank, because they lost to Fresno, and I thought they needed to win out. But I think it was Wyoming who choked. Wyoming choked it out there. Or no, Air Force choked. Air Force was undefeated that week. And Air Force lost pretty much like 4 in a row. It was ridiculous. So
Air Force, man.
I got lucky with my prediction, but it works out. My grandfather served in the Air Force, so it sucks to see them fall, but whatever. They'll be in a decent bowl game. They'll probably beat the Power 5 team because the Power 5 team will bench all their starters. Don't hit the player, hit the game, I guess. UNLV is
Game's the game.
UNLV is one of the better feel-good stories of the season, I would say, besides, Missouri. SMU's doing all right. A bunch of other teams. JMU, obviously. But Boise State, here's college football math for you. Boise State beat San Jose State by 8. UNLV lost by 6. Give me Boise by 14.
All right. I like the math. The math is mathing. The math is adding up. All right.
Thank you.
Moving on. We got the battle of two juggernauts, the SEC championship game. We got Georgia versus Bama at Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
Big stakes on the line here. Big stakes. Bama is trying to fight their way into the college playoffs. Georgia is trying to keep the number 1 seed. Bama, they took a loss early in the season. I believe it was week 3 against Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, they rallied and been winning big. I like their wins. Besides Auburn, they had to come from behind that one, won by 3. But whoever says that's a bad loss, shut up. Georgia only beat Georgia Tech by 8, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I know, rivalry week. Come on. A win's a win. Good teams find a way to win. And they found their way to win. Now getting deep in here. Georgia. Their offense have gotten better from last year. That defense is not as good as it was, but still doing wonders. This is a tough one, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough one. The Bama is definitely relying on the run game and their defense. Give me Georgia. I think Georgia's just too good. Give me Georgia to win here. Carson Beck, he's having a good season. They're finding success on the ground. They're scoring touchdowns. Brock Bowers, he's out, right?
No. I'm pretty sure he's playing. Did he get hurt last week?
He's playing?
Did he get hurt last week?
No, he missed the last few weeks because he's been injured.
Oh, no, he's been playing the last 2. So he should be good.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Shows what I know. That's why I got my expert here with me. So.
Oh, wait, he was.
got Brock Bowers back up here.
Oh, he was out against Georgia Tech. Okay, well, I don't know then, if I'm honest. I don't know if he's playing.
So, no! My poster just fell.
What?
All right, whatever. We move on. We stay locked in. My poster fell.
God, I thought you were talking about mine in the background. I'm like, how the hell did that fall?
How the heck did that fall?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I don't know what the hell happened there.
Anyways, I got Georgia. You can go ahead. I lost track of time. Go ahead.
Oh my God, you're falling apart. Absolutely no composure.
I'm falling apart. The thing just attacked me. I don't know what it looked like on the camera. It just kind of flopped on me.
My guy has no composure. Remember back in week 5 when I said the Saban era was over?
Yeah.
It is in fact not over. They found a way to make it back to the conference championship game after missing it last year when LSU went on a run at the end of the year. Bama poetically destroyed Kansas State as a result in the Sugar Bowl. I digress. College football math here.
College football math.
Georgia beat Auburn by 7. Alabama beat Auburn by 3. Let's be honest.
3.
By 3, they should have lost, but they won. This is a neutral site game. Once again, quotation marks. It's in Atlanta. It's probably
neutral site.
It's probably 10 minutes away from the college campus. And guess what? If you don't think Georgia's going to use all their NIL money to buy out 85% of the stadium, you're tripping. This is going to be a Georgia-infested stadium. It does not matter. The price, the cost, they're going to get their fans out there. I never liked Bama. I'm sorry. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I've always been a Bama hater. I actually like the Florida Gators more than I like the Bama Roll Tide. I will say this: Bama's defense looks vulnerable at times. Sometimes they look incredible. Sometimes they look like shit. Sometimes they look like a JV team could beat them. I don't know. It's very hard to predict Bama's defense. Their offense is going to score points. They have a very high-powered offense, as they always do. Their wide receivers have taken a hit the last few years, but their productivity hasn't dropped really, if I'm honest. This is what I was going to say. If this game was being played at 3:30, Bama is locked in. But this game is always played at 4 o'clock on CBS for whatever reason. Give me Georgia.
All right. We're in agreement there. All right, cool. Moving on. We got the American Athletic Championship. Is that not the AAC?
Yes, sir.
So, we got that. We got SMU Mustangs versus Tulane. This game will be in New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans.
So it's pretty much a home game for Tulane.
It is a home game. They're hosting.
Okay. And then Tulane is favored by 3.5. No, they're favored by 4 now. The opening odds is 3.5. Now they're favored by 4. And just looking at the last few games, Tulane, they started strong, but the last few games hasn't been impressive, I would say. I like the win against UTSA. That's a good one. FAU, it's expected. Surprised they didn't win by more. Tulsa was surprising. They only won by 2, which is shocking because SMU destroyed Tulsa 69-10.
Ha!
College football match
Nice.
there. Yeah, you see it, nice. And yeah, the defense seems to be like on and off. They only beat East Carolina by 3 points. Not a good look here by Tulane, but they are home. Michael Pratt is having a decent season, not an impressive season. The running back Hughes is having a good season. He's doing wonders there for Tulane. SMU definitely relies on their offense. They have their offense is firing at all cylinders. The last 5 games, the lowest they scored was 36 against Rice. The highest they scored was 69. Nice. Against Tulsa. So
Jesus.
that's what SMU got. As far as the defense for SMU, it's decent. I'll say it's decent. They did allow 31 to Rice. They did allow 34 to Memphis. Tulane, the defense there, I'd say is stronger. But the offense is definitely on SMU's side. So that's where the key matchup is at right now. This is also another tough one to pick, man.
It is.
I like Tulane. I like that team, what they build. It's a program. The only loss coming from Ole Miss. So I'm going to take Tulane. I'm going to trust Tulane. I think Tulane had the harder strength of schedule.
Okay.
I believe, don't quote me on that. But that's what I believe because they played Ole Miss. But I got Tulane to win this game. Hopefully they can bounce back. So, yeah, give me Tulane. They're at home. Green Waves. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Swoosh.
Are you riding the green wave?
Yeah, I'm riding the Green Wave. Swoosh.
Nice. Like that. Just real quick, this is off topic, but I feel like it is a little bit relevant. Who do you think would win the game between Ole Miss and Oklahoma?
I think Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take TCU out of it because that's a rivalry game for SMU. It's the Sonny Dykes Bowl at this point. But SMU played Oklahoma, lost convincingly. Tulane played Ole Miss with a backup quarterback at home and lost by, what was it, like, I think they lost by 11, but it was a 3-point game towards the end, or a 4-point game towards the end. And Ole Miss scored.
It was pretty competitive most of the game.
Ole Miss scored on like a lateral play, some shit like that. It looks a lot worse.
Yeah, Ole Miss won by 17.
Yeah, it looks a lot worse than it actually was. That game was really close. I believe Tulane had the lead at halftime because you were texting me saying you were bragging because you picked Tulane and I picked Ole Miss. But, Ole Miss pulled it out. But I am interested in that matchup because that could actually happen. Ole Miss versus Oklahoma in a bowl game this year. Potentially. Keep an eye out for it because we might get our answer. But is this the battle for an NYC bit? New York 6 Bowl. Is this the battle for a New York 6 game? Do you think?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
So, a lot at stake here. Let me check real quick. I have Let me see if I can open up.
Definitely a lot of mistakes.
Let me see if I can open up Twitter. I can. So they have Tulane ranked at 22, and SMU is unranked. Liberty is ranked 24, so they're technically ahead if Tulane were to lose. I totally forgot about Liberty in the run when I talked about Toledo. So technically, if Toledo loses, Liberty wins. Liberty is the New Year's Six Bowl. Do you still hold steady? If SMU wins, do you think they jump Liberty as a 2-loss team?
SMU?
Yes.
I think SMU would be the better team
Okay.
of the two.
So you think the American Athletic Conference is the SEC of the Group of 5 schools?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would.
I'd say so.
I would lean to agree. I mean, Mountain West is pretty competitive, but they don't have enough firepower this year in terms of the teams at the top. They're more well balanced.
In terms of the last few years, yeah, the Americans been more stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to bring that up to you because we are getting to bowl season. Tulane is hosting this game for the second year in a row. They won last year, I believe, against UCF. Go Knights! Charge on.
Charge on.
Funny thing is, both these teams, they skated USF. They did not play USF this year. I find that, it's a little bit of a coincidence, I think. I think if they both play the Bulls,
They're running.
if they both play the
They're
Bulls,
running.
they both lose. And we're talking about UTSA versus the Bulls in the championship game. That's all I'm saying. They're running away from us. We'll see next year when we play them. It's going to be ugly, dude. Get your parkas. I don't know if that's what it's called. The raincoat. Get those because it's gonna be a bloodbath next year when USF Go Bulls host the game next year. This game, give me Tulane though.
Tulane.
I'm
Yes,
riding
sir.
the wave.
All right. Ride the wave. Let's go. All right. Next one. We're going to make this one quick because, honestly, who cares about this one?
I agree.
We got the Sun Belt Championship. We got Appalachian State versus Troy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was surprised Coastal Carolina didn't make, actually, no. Conference play, Appalachian State 6-2. I thought they were tied, but never mind. I was mistaken. All right. So, you got an Appalachian State team here who's been pretty strong in offense, put up a lot of points. The lowest points total they put up was 26 against James Madison, and they won that game in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. You ruined everyone's dreams.
Yep.
I hope you're happy, Appalachian State.
I hope you're happy.
Cool.
Freaking
I hope you're happy.
inbred pieces.
You
of
beat
crap.
America's team. Exactly. All right, and then versus Troy, a pretty good team. They've been a pretty good team all season long. They've been winning convincingly. I like this Troy team.
Yep.
They're 7-1 conference play, and this game is going to be in Troy, Alabama. So they're gonna be at
Alabama.
home. Well, okay. Alabama. They're favored by 7. I like this Troy team. I got Troy. Winning the team. This game, I think Troy is too strong.
Wow, I like that accent.
Team.
I think you might get canceled for that or killed. I don't know what kind of demographic.
For what?
I don't know what kind of demographic you're dealing with, but that accent might get you killed, man. I'll be honest.
Alabama. There's all respect here, brother.
I'll take it one step further. This is the battle of the rednecks. Is that safe to say? Is that fair?
I think that's pretty fair.
Will I get killed for that? I'm not sure, man. We're dealing with a bunch of unpredictable mountain people, farmers. I don't know what's going on with this game, man, but I see a lot of inbred energy. This is going to definitely be the ugliest crowd of all the games.
Jeez.
We're going to see a lot of...
No competition?
We're going to see a lot of non-symmetrical faces out there for this game.
Jeez.
I'm going to...
What does this have to do with the game?
What's the capacity of Troy Stadium, real quick? Does it say it?
Let me find that out. It does say it, but I left the screen.
30,000. I got it. 30,000 people. Over, under 12,000 people that are going to be bald.
Bald? Bald people are a rare occurrence. I'm going to say under.
Okay, wow. All right, I was going to go over, if I'm being honest.
Well, you gonna go half?
I was gonna
You
go.
think 15,000 people gonna be bald?
Yeah, I think so, man.
right.
I feel like the energy is just gonna be off in this game, man. I don't know what kind of demographic we're dealing with, but it's gonna be kind of scary. App State doesn't deserve to be in this game. JMU deserves to be in it. That being said, give me Troy.
All right. There we go. That's true. JMU should have been there. James Madison, we're cheering for you. James Madison had a successful season. Pour one out for James Madison. All right. Moving on. A big matchup in a big conference. We got a Big Ten championship game. This game will be at Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium. All right. You got Michigan and Iowa. Two good teams. Wolverines undefeated in college football playoffs. Iowa 10-2. Great record for how the team played, by the way. Great record. Amazing record. That's a huge win for Iowa right there.
Wait. Troy
17.
Troy Trojans. Protect yourself at all times. All right, go on. Sorry.
Protect yourself at all times. Dude, we just raw dogged that whole breakdown.
Yep.
All right. Good catch. We did not protect ourselves there. All right. So, Iowa. The offensive coordinator is definitely going to get fired because they definitely didn't average 25 points a game.
Nope.
Pour one out for him. The last 4 games, the most they scored was 22. But the defense is key here. The most points they allowed, 13 points to Illinois team. But weak competition again. They only played Nebraska, Illinois, Rutgers, Northwestern, and then they took a loss to Minnesota. So, Michigan has all to lose here, which makes Iowa a pretty dangerous team because they got nothing to lose here.
Mm-hmm.
So, spreads here at 23. Oh, that's tough. I don't know, man. Iowa's defense is good. They're good. Offense is not so good. Pretty balanced team. Give me Michigan. This is obviously Michigan. What am I doing, bro? This is Michigan. Give me Michigan. They're a strong team. You got everything to lose here. They're in the playoffs. Their defense is arguably good, too. They're, arguably better. I don't know if I'll go that far, though. Iowa's been putting great numbers on defense. But give me Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know why your analysis was 25 minutes for this game. You could have really saved that for Georgia, Alabama, Boise State, UNLV. Any other game is more deserving of that than this game.
I think that was 30 seconds.
Seems forever. You know what else seems forever? The Iowa Hawkeyes games when they play. Holy shit. They are the most boring team, I think, in the history of college football. I'm throwing it out there, man. I'd rather watch...
they play NFL football.
No, they don't. Stop it. I would rather watch grannies participate in a track race, if I'm honest. I think that'd be more entertaining. It would be funny. You get a good laugh out of it. There's nothing funny about Iowa's offense. Their defense is strong, but it doesn't matter. I love the Finnick Field Wave. I don't know what it's called. Isn't the stadium Finnick Field?
Isn't it the Wave?
Yeah, the Finnick Wave or something like that.
I think so.
I love that tradition.
Like that.
I love the tradition, but give me Michigan. This is easy.
Jeez, bro, you could have saved a whole lot of time there with that breakdown. Felt like it was forever.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. At least I own up to it. I'm like, make an excuse.
All right, moving on. We got the last game of the week. We got the ACC championship game. We got Louisville and Florida State. Florida State favored by 4.5. This game will be at Charlotte, North Carolina. So neutral site here. With that said, Florida State did lose their starting quarterback. It will be Rodemacher once more. Louisville took a disappointing loss to the rival Kentucky. What was that? Was it the Mayor game or something like that? I don't know.
What?
But the Kentucky and Louisville. Do you know the name of that game?
I don't know. Battle of Fried Chicken, potentially?
Okay. Exactly. The fried chicken game. All right. So, okay, they took a loss to the SEC team. All right. Florida State, they beat an SEC team. So, Florida State, undefeated. They're trying to keep the playoffs hope alive. It'd be interesting what the committee does if they lose or if they win a close one here. Louisville is a good team. They're a pretty good team. Strong offensively, pretty good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State survived Florida in the swamp. Oh man, this is also a tough one because Rademacher, he wasn't that impressive against Florida. Man, as much as someone ride Florida State, I think I might go Louisville. I think I'm gonna take Louisville here. The defense has been keeping games close, or allowed games to be close for FSU. Now that they lost Jordan Travis, we gotta see how they play against a good team, and this is definitely show how they do. So give me Louisville. I think Louisville is gonna win one here. Pour one out for FSU.
Wait. You said Louisville's gonna win?
Yeah, I got Louisville.
Jesus. All right. I have one note for this game. I don't know if you can read that. My handwriting's really bad, but it says "Go Noles." Give me the Seminoles.
All right. Well, the spread actually it opened at 4.5. Now FSU's only favored by 2.5. All right, cool. That wraps up championship week. And before we go, final college football playoffs predictions. So who do you think the 4 teams that'll make it, and in what order? What you got?
Georgia 1, Michigan 2.
Okay.
I got to go Washington 3 and Florida State 4.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep it the same. Keep it vanilla.
How does that compare to the preseason prediction
That I had? Well,
Yeah.
I had Notre Dame as second. So, 3 out of 4.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I think that's better than me. So, for me, I'll go Georgia 1, Michigan 2. I'm gonna go Oregon 3. I'm gonna go Texas 4. That's my playoff prediction.
And who was 4?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the
Sorry,
shit
who was
of it.
4?
Texas.
Yeah. Just spoiler here. The college football playoff rankings came out, and they put Ohio State ahead of Texas and Bama. Just want to throw that out there at 6.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So technically,
I would still go Texas.
yeah, if chaos happens ahead, based on rankings, they would have to put Ohio State ahead. Just saying. That's how it would go.
I don't think you'll have to.
No.
If Texas has a very good win against Oklahoma State, there's no way they don't put them. They'll put Ohio State over them because Ohio State lost to Michigan. But I think Texas has the better win because they won against Bama.
No, you're right. I agree. I personally think Ohio State should have dropped to 8. You can't move Texas and Bama based on how they've been playing. But the committee did what they did. They really respect Ohio State. I'm just saying, if chaos happens ahead,
that's true. A good team.
if chaos happens, and the only chaos scenario would be Florida State losing, because if Oregon wins, they're in no matter what. It could be a debate between Washington, Ohio State, Texas, and Bama, but I think it's very clear that they're going to put Texas or Bama in if they win. One of them's going in.
Yeah, Texas chance is pretty low, but I think they'll win. Yeah. Just for my preseason prediction's sake.
It's a tough one, but this would be the first year that all the teams in the playoff are undefeated if my ranking goes the way it should. And I got to say, that's what I had in the beginning of the year as well. So I'm on fire, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, 3 and 4 is pretty good. That's awesome. I think I might go 2. No,
You go 2 and 4.
I think I'm going 2 and 4, no matter what. I don't remember who my 4th team was. Oh, it was Bama.
Yeah,
I had Georgia, FSU,
Texas and Bama.
Texas, Bama. Yeah. So I'm going 2 out of 4, no matter what. So, all right, that's championship week. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys for watching. Rhett, any closing words?
No, thanks for having me once again.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. And after this week, we'll continue the college football breakdowns. We're gonna do the bowl games, and I'll tell you more about specifics. I'm thinking about doing the bowl games instead of doing all of them at once. We'll do them on like a week by week basis. So we'll cover the bowl games that happen the week up to Tuesday, and then the next week we'll do the next week, and then we'll go week by week just so we can keep pumping out content for the guys.
Sounds good to me.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys again next time. All right, peace.
Peace.